Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be blown off for something better. Well, I've got an email here from a guy who went out and had a pretty good first date with a girl, and then he set a second date about 4 or 5 days later with her. She canceled that, but she mentioned rescheduling, and then he rescheduled, and then like a week later, she did the same thing again, canceled at the last minute, basically blew him off and said, hey, I'm on my way to the beach, and you're going to absolutely hate me. And so I was thinking, all right, so if she gets in touch with me again, should I even bother? What's going on here? Because she is bringing up rescheduling, and she does call him back and get in touch when she figures out her schedule, but she's already flaked on the guy twice now. So I got a quote that I wrote in this topic, and then we're going to go through his email and see if we can make heads or tails of what's really going on with this chick. So the quote says, when people place a high value on you, your time, and what you have to offer, they will keep their appointments with you and be on time. When they don't, they will blow you off, reschedule at the last minute for BS reasons, and generally jerk you around and make you feel like they don't care. The reality is, they don't care. You deserve someone who would jump fences to be with you, not someone who is sitting on the fence about you. You should not be willing to cross an ocean for someone who wouldn't even jump a puddle to be with you. Never give your time or continue trying to give your time to people who don't appreciate you. Have some self-respect and move on. Better will come. So he says, hey Corey, I came across your book and YouTube channel about 6 weeks ago. Since then, I have read your book 6 times and have watched countless videos. Well, that's pretty good, about 1 read per week. Good job. I talked to guys that have been following me for 2 years and they barely got through the book 1 time and they wonder why they're still struggling. I mean, that's just stupidity. That's just being lazy. That's not being serious about helping yourself. And at the end of the day, you must participate in your own rescue. Successful people take action. Unsuccessful people, they make excuses. I am more confident than ever regarding my dating life, so thank you very much. You're welcome. My pleasure. I was blown off pretty badly today, and I wanted to know if I responded correctly and if I should even respond to this girl if I ever hear from her again. 3 weeks ago, I went on a first date. We had fun, and I kissed her at the end of the date. No cheek. So far, so good. 4 days later, I called her and asked when she was free to get together. She texted me and told me, I'll have to let you know, and I said, sounds good, and I assumed that I would never hear from her again. Yeah, that kind of response is basically, it sounds like a blow-off. But 5 days later, she texted me and said her week was super busy that prior week. I set up a date with her for the following week. On the day of the date, she texted me and said that she had to cancel because of a family issue. Maybe that's legitimate, maybe it's total bullshit. But she asked to reschedule, because you look at it and it's like she's scheduling on the day of, so it has to be like some kind of real emergency in order for it to be legitimate. He says, but she asked to reschedule. I mean, the good news is she brought up rescheduling, so when a woman's not interested, she'll just cancel and won't ever mention rescheduling. When she is interested, she'll actually reschedule, and then you say, great, well, what is your schedule like for rescheduling? And if she really wants to reschedule, she'll tell you. And if she doesn't, she'll leave it up in the air. She said she was free all of next week, so we scheduled a date for the next Tuesday, which was today. Well, this afternoon at about 3 p.m., I get a message saying that you are never going to want to talk to me again. Maybe that's some good advice from her. Followed by some text gibberish. She said she was stuck in traffic, and I assumed she meant she was on her way back to town and would be late. And she clarified and said, no, I meant that I am on my way to the beach. Yeah, thanks for like a couple hours notice. I mean, this chick knows she's going out of town, and then just says, oh, by the way, I'm not going to be able to make it because I'm going to the beach. That sounds like more fun than going out on a date with you. That really sounds like somebody I want to spend my time with. That really sounds like somebody I want to spend my hard-earned dollar taking her out and showing her a good time when she blows me off a couple hours before our date when she's taken up an evening of mine for 2 weeks in a row? He says, I responded with, oh, I didn't fully understand your original message. I'd like to see you again, but your schedule seems a bit up in the air. So when you get it nailed down, give me a call or text. She said, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm kind of all over the country right now. To which I replied, stop and get a map. I got to run. Talk to you later. That was a good comeback, by the way. He says, because this was the second cancellation, I put the ball in her court to let me know when she figures out her schedule. That's the proper response. And I won't be bringing up getting together if she ever contacts me. I wouldn't. Say she contacts you a week or two from now and says, hey, what are you up to? It was like, oh, I'm doing great. Nice to hear from you. Can't talk right now. Gotta run. Keep in touch. That's what I would. That's the only kind of response that I would get. I would send to her. And then if like 2 or 3 days go by, she's like, hey, what's up? Like, hey, I'm doing great. Real jammed up right now. Sorry, can't chat. Gotta run. Talk to you later. Keep in touch. And he just give her the same message. And one of two things will happen. She'll either bring up getting together, or she'll stop contacting you. He says, because this was a second cancellation, I put the ball in her court and to let me know when she figures out her schedule, and I won't be bringing up getting together if she ever contacts me. I'm not sure I should have even told her to reach out to me again, given that the beach trip was 99.9% not a last-minute option to her, and that she let me know she had to cancel while she was on her way. That's a pretty shitty thing to do. I mean, quite frankly, I'd flush that fucking number if I were you. I'd just delete it from your phone, and then when she reaches out, it's like, hey, what's up? I'd say, who's this? Oh, this is Janessa or Vanessa or Janet, whatever it happens to be. Where do I know you from? I give her a hard time about it. Would you even bother with this girl even if she did reach out back and suggest getting together? Me personally, no fucking way. Absolutely not. I would have told her, I would have said, come on, I mean, 2 hours for the date, that's pretty fucking rude and classless, if you ask me. I mean, if you knew you were going to go do something else, you could have at least given me a day's advance notice, but that's just plain fucking rude. I have no interest in getting to know you. Sure, you're a nice girl, but you're not right for me. Thanks, but no thanks. Take care. I would have probably just let her know that it was rude and it was disrespectful and that you don't appreciate it. And that you just, that's it, you know. 2 strikes and you're fucking out of there. Personally, that's what I would have done. However, if you're a guy who likes abuse, another alternative that you can take is if she reaches out, I would never bring up getting together, and if she says, well, I'd like to reschedule that date, just say, sure, how about drinks, dinner, my place, ? And send her that. And if she goes, I don't know, blah, 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 and then just send her your address and say, Tuesday, 8 o'clock, be there, something along those lines. And if she's like, well, let's meet out, I don't know, just say, nah, it's been a long week, I'm just in the mood to hang at my place. If you don't want to come over and hang with me, you've already canceled twice, give me a call in 2 to 3 weeks and maybe I'll be up for something more formal then. I mean, I really wouldn't be willing to do much of anything unless she's willing. So if you're willing to give her another chance, then the only effort that you're personally going to make is the effort that it takes to go from wherever you are in your house to the front door to let her in. If she doesn't want to come over and have drinks, hang out at your place, no thank you. It's just not worth it. It's not worth your time. She hasn't earned it. But more than likely, you won't hear from her, or maybe she'll try to set a date and just tell her you're real busy. Give you a call in 2 to 3 weeks. It's another thing that you could do. But quite frankly, this chick is a big fucking waste of your time. She's rude. She's disrespectful. And the fact that she calls you on the way to the beach, she knew just like you said, she knew a day or two before that she was going to do that. And she's on their way there. She doesn't even bother giving you advance notice. What does that tell you that she thinks about you? She's probably hot. She's used to being able to get away with this bullshit with all guys. And so I wouldn't give her the fucking time of day. Absolutely no way in hell. But you do whatever you want. It's your dick. It's your life. That's my opinion. I personally would never put up with this kind of shit. You've bent over backwards for this girl, and she's dicked you over twice, and she's wasted 2 of your evenings at the last minute. So in my book, she's out of there. Flush and delete that number, or even block it. Fuck it. I wouldn't even give her the time of day. But again, your life. You do what you want. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the Products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.